Hi Laura, this is Derek. Of course, this is my response video. I have to say I agree with you. I think this is a pretty good idea, getting to know one another through video, etc. And I'm not really sure what it is you find funny about my videos that I make, because they're all 100% serious, as this is right now. But regardless, I thought a few of your stories were pretty compelling, I must admit, especially your recollection of our first meeting, which the first time I did watch the video you recorded multiple times, of course, just to make sure I am aware of all the details and follow the intricate storylines that you presented. And I couldn't help but notice the first time I watched it, but I couldn't help but feel that you were, it was incredibly sweet. Like, what a sweet story. She was so nervous to meet you, Derek, you know. Wow, you know, what a nice, like, she was, you know, who wouldn't be nervous, right? You're great. Everybody loves you. But then I realized the second time I watched the video that you weren't nervous because of that. You weren't like, oh, he's such a cool guy. I hope I measure up. I really hope he likes me and thinks I'm funny. No, you thought I was going to kill you. You were physically threatened. You felt physically threatened. I have no idea what you felt emotionally about that situation, but physically, you anticipated danger. And you know what? I'm glad I didn't, harm you. Obviously, that was never my intent. Coincidentally, my recollection of the events, if from my perspective, it's a lot more. I guess I had a pretty traumatic day, all things considered, up until meeting you. Up until meeting you, not throughout that meeting. I was very not traumatic. Well, at first it was, but you know why. But no, actually, that day I left my house at about 6:30 a.m. My time, which is 3:30 a.m. your time. 3:30 a.m. That's when I woke up. Got on a plane. Well, I didn't actually get on a plane. I felt terribly sick. I'm not proud of this. I went into the bathroom and I passed out for about an hour and a half. I don't know why. I was exhausted, sick. It was bad. So I had to go reschedule my plane, because I missed my first flight. So I go up to the counter, and the guy is giving me a hard time because he's like, "Your ultimate destination is Los Angeles, correct?" I'm like, "Yes." And he says, "But you want to go through Phoenix? We can get you there more efficiently." I'm like, "No, I have to. It's actually important that I need to get through there." And the guy was fighting with me. He wouldn't let me. I had to argue. I was there with about 20 minutes telling him, no, just make the connection here and then schedule this flight for 8 whatever p.m. In the end, of course, it worked out, but I flew to Detroit. I had a layover there about 2 hours. I flew then into Phoenix. I sat on the airport floor for about an hour and a half. And this is, I guess, about 4:30 your time. So, 4:30 p.m. And so then I took a $40 taxi cab to this coffee house to meet you. And I waited there for about 30 minutes. And I knew I was there early. I figured, hey, settle down and have a drink. Have a mocha, an iced coffee, who cares? Something. But as soon as I settled in, I just didn't anticipate it would be as long. So when you finally arrived, you witnessed the ultimate boredom. I was exploring, the restaurant. I was like, hey, what's down this corridor back here? I mean, what do they have? Is there some sort of secret room where fun happens? Because that wasn't the front room. Fun wasn't happening there. I can tell you that. So then, of course, I poked my head around, and then there you are, this, 5'2", like you're much smaller in real life than you are on the internet. You have a huge internet persona, let's say. But in real life, you're a very small, short person. But that personality still jumps out. It leaps out of you. But regardless, you know, I saw you from the back of the restaurant, and I knew it was you the instant I saw you. There was not a doubt in my mind, just because, I don't know, your hair and your face are very recognizable. It's, you know, a recognizable attribute, let's say. And then, but you were giving me this look, like, and I didn't know what that meant. I just thought you were, like, trying to make sure it was me. I didn't realize, of course, you were weighing the pros and cons of meeting me as opposed to, you know, am I going to die? You were probably praying, honestly. Now that I think about it, you probably said a small prayer. And it was a short one, thankfully. But, no, we met, we sat down, we talked for like an hour. You got a coffee that you didn't drink. You poked it. You looked at it. I looked at it. I was wondering what it was, what was wrong with it. Or if you wanted someone to taste it for you and they weren't there. But regardless, I enjoyed meeting you very much. It's traumatic up to that point, but talking to you was quite an enjoyable experience. That's why I'm doing this now. But no, it was fun. We should do it again, you know, one day. But as far as cattails go, I have a cat. I thought you had a cat. I've seen pictures of you with a cat online. But my cat's right here. You can see him. He's sleeping. Gus! He's sleeping. And anyway, he's I don't share your enthusiasm for cattails. I don't. I'm sorry. I think I'm constantly pulling his. You know, I sit down, I pet him, pull on his tail a little bit, and he's pissed every time. There's not a single exception. I don't think I've ever interacted with his tail in a way that he appreciated. And that's a great flaw in our relationship, unfortunately. But, sorry, I'm fighting off a cold. But no, the people who wear them, I see them all the time around Baltimore. Comic-Con in Baltimore is a big thing. That whole weekend, and just for the hell of it, the days surrounding the weekend, the streets are filled with people who wear cat tails, cat ears, stormtrooper costumes, everything. It's great. I love it. I think it's fantastic. I don't participate, but I love to observe. And if someone's wearing a stormtrooper outfit, I'd like to know where he's going or where he came from. Anyway, cattails, I don't know, I think it's like a badge for, you know, showing people how you're a member of a club, a weird people club. And it's a wonderful thing, you know, being a part of that club. I don't judge it. I guess I just called it weird. But that's just the name that society is assigned to it. I'm observing that. I'm not hostile towards them. I think they're great. They have a lot of fun. A lot of fun. But no, I don't think I'd ever want a cattail. If you had a cattail, that would be okay. I mean, go for it. If it makes you happy, then I think you should do it. But I am not going to get a cattail. But this is... Gus, come on. Show him your tail. Show him your tail. There we go. See his tail? He doesn't like this at all. See that? If I had a tail, I'm sure people would do that to me all the time. They'd be like, Derek, bring your tail over here. And I'd bring it over and be like, what do you want? They'd poke it and be like, it's a man with a tail. It's crazy, and it's big and black and bushy. If I had a tail, I have red hair, but it would be a black tail. I would hate it, so no thanks on the tail. It's a great idea for you maybe, but it doesn't work for me. And this video is way longer than the one you posted. I am so sorry. But I will end it now. I guess I just am long-winded, so I apologize for that. But when you respond, if you respond, feel free to make a video as long as you like. I enjoy listening to you. And I enjoy talking to you.